Right, so I appear to have found myself in the middle of some YouTube controversy, having appeared on the Sidemen Reacts channel a couple of times lately. So this YouTuber, Jack Douglas, also known as JacksFilms, you may have heard of him before or seen him because he's quite big, he's got almost 5 million subscribers, and he's very well known in the industry. Has this other account called JacksFilms with 3 J's at the beginning, and basically this whole channel is him talking about content creation and content creators. And lately, he's been on a bit of a mission against reaction content, in particular lazy reaction content, and in particular, this YouTuber called Sniper Wolf. Now, to be honest, I don't really keep up with that much YouTuber drama. It doesn't really interest me, especially this kind of stuff. But a couple of hours ago, he put out this video, Sidemen Reacts, but they don't. And I'm in the thumbnail. So I thought, given I'm going to be in this video, I thought it'd be quite funny for me to react to him reacting, to me and the Sidemen boys reacting to content. And given I've made a variety of reaction content over the years, I thought I could maybe help elucidate some of the alternative points of view. So let's see what he has to say.
For a while now, you guys have been asking me to show examples of good reaction content.
Oh, this could go in a completely different direction, by the way.
Corridor Crew is one such example.
Okay, to be honest, fair enough. He's going to go through some good reaction content, but really, I'm just here to find out what he has to say about the Sidemen Reacts channel.
I need everyone to get your little bingo cards out, all right? If you spend any time on YouTube, you might be familiar with the Sidemen,
Okay,
and I'm not. I don't know what a Sideman or the Sidemen are, but there's a plethora of channels of Sidemen content to watch.
This is bizarre to me. I can't imagine having 5 million subscribers. I mean, I guess he's American, but not knowing the biggest UK content creation group, like, to not know who they are, that's surprising, but I guess I'll take his word for it.
Sidemen, that's the big boy one. Then there's more Sidemen, also a gigantic channel. Sidemen Shorts, which is so hot they don't even have an avatar. There's my favorite Sideman, Zerka, and then the leader of the Sidemans, KSI. You've definitely heard of KSI. I don't know what the rest of these letters and words are.
Bit shady. Feel like it's a bit unnecessary, but okay.
What are the Sidemen? What is the Sidemen? Do they play soccer? Football? Like what?
I mean, has he never clicked on their channel? Could he not just click on it now and be like, oh, this is the kind of content they make? Yeah, I really don't like the way he's going about this.
If you go on their main channel, it's like typical, you know, big, outlandish YouTube content. It's stuff for kids. Here we go. Like Sidemen Among Us in Real Life Gesture Edition.
I wouldn't say it was kids content either. I'm sure a lot of kids do like it. I know my younger siblings do. But being out and about, there are definitely loads of blokes my age and older that enjoy the Sidemen content, and women, but not that important.
Like, I'm not clowning on any of these. Here we go. We raced across the world's richest country in 24 hours. Sure, that's fine. That's their main channel.
Yeah, that's all the like high quality, high budget. And the fact that they do this like every single week, every single Sunday, by the way, is mad. So I think he should be giving them a bit more props for all of that.
However, on their other channel I haven't mentioned yet, Sidemen Reacts, with 5.7 million subscribers.
That's crazy.
They don't add very much at all to their multitudes of reaction content. What the f***? Top 10 fattest wild animals ever seen? That's a very interesting...
Why is Bez at the front of it as well? Did that just start auto-playing and Bez was doing the intro? Or was that can't have been the thumbnail? Oh, that's funny. He's in great shape now anyway, so I don't know why I'm laughing.
They do a lot of TikTok reacting, and I think we're gonna... Yeah, here you go. Oh, we're gonna get into this one. TikToks people can relate to. Uploaded 2 weeks ago.
Okay, yeah, I remember doing this one, and I watched some of it back. Pretty sure I commented too.
People love it. People love watching with the Sidemen, and I have a theory. I feel like people watch this to feel a little less alone. They feel like they're one of the boys, one of the Sidemen. But I'll tell you, their commentary is pretty flipping empty.
Okay, I agree with that. Like, first point, like, I do think that a big part of the reason why I love doing reaction videos with friends is because I feel like I know what the viewer's going to feel like, whether they're watching it by themselves or with their friends. It's like, it just does feel like you're hanging out with people that are your friends. Even when I film actually solo reaction videos, like, I like speaking to the camera and imagining like people watching at home as if we're just hanging out together. It was a big part of the reason why I started my Arthur Frederick channel, which is now essentially my main channel. But I started that as like ArthurTV Reacts because I used to, like, I never really watched much YouTube growing up, but I used to watch PewDiePie all the time. And I just really liked the fact that, like, if I was having a bowl of cereal or having a sandwich at lunch and I put his videos on, like they weren't the most insanely like fast-paced edited, or like, you know, it wasn't giving away islands or surviving 100 hours underground or any of the crazy stuff that Mr. Beast does. But it was just like, he just watch a funny video and like chat about it, or like browse Reddit, and it would just be like hanging out with a friend. And I was like, I love this kind of content, so this is the kind of content I want to create. And I do feel like that's exactly what Sidemen Reacts is like supposed to be. It's like, oh, you know the Sidemen, like you've seen them do these like insane, massive Sidemen Sundays, like, you know, an hour and a half long of just the most like high budget, insanely high quality YouTube videos. And it's like, over the years, loads of people are like, oh my goodness, like Sidemen was my childhood, or like I grew up watching them, or I've spent the last 5-10 years of my life watching their videos. And the Sidemen Reacts is just like another time for people to go like, oh, I get to spend an extra like 10 minutes just chilling with these people that have become a big part of my life. So I really like these kind of channels in principle.
We're gonna see a bunch of TikToks, so let's see if we can like see any credit here. So eatsides.com. I love it. You can eat the Sidemen. They have vodka? Shut up. They're smoking Sidemen vodka? That's quite a flex. That's actually dope.
I mean, the number of businesses the Sidemen have is actually crazy as well. It's another impressive thing that I'm glad he's given credit to.
Long story short, I'm seeing everything but links and handles of the original creators here. No links in the...
Or mine. I was in this video. Where's my shout out, Sidemen? I joke, of course. Being in the video is enough.
Are we relatable?
Yeah, that's a good question. Maybe not.
We're sat here reacting to videos for a living.
Yeah, you know what? Let's just watch. Let's see what we got. Let's see if we can relate to them.
I kind of appreciate them acknowledging that they're so rich that they're not relatable. That's funny, but like not in the way they think it is. Like they're trying to be charming about it, and it's like, no, that's funny for a whole different reason. Are we relatable? Nah, we're all millionaires.
That is funny. It's like self-deprecating and self-aware. I thought that was valid from the boys.
Arthur, are you relatable?
Probably not.
He's from that weird island, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
Good one. Nice intro, guys. I love it. We're just...
To be fair, I'm nowhere near rich enough to be unrelatable. I think they're just saying that I'm from a weird island, so like Harry, I'm probably very socially awkward. Although I imagine a lot of people who are watching YouTube can probably relate to that too, so maybe I'm more relatable than Simon gave me credit for.
What do you guys notice here? Well, I see Sidemen Reacts, and that's nice and big. But, I'm shocked, I tells you. Shocked. There's no credit on screen.
To be fair, that is quite valid. I mean, I don't think they assembled these clips themselves. I think when we watched this like was a compilation already put together on YouTube. But I agree. I think it'd be a nice touch if in the description some of the content creators were featured, or just their art was seen on screen.
Get your money up, not your funny up, you dig? Yo, what is goody, my gang? Not your funny up, you dig?
That's it. It's a good clip. It's a great little TikToker. It's a great
funny
video.
I think that guy's called Farzi, by the way. I follow him. He's very funny.
Go ahead and mark that was it. And also, only reacts with a laugh. Let's see what else these crazy Sidemen are gonna say.
I love how he's calling me a Sidemen. But to be fair, like, the clips come thick and fast. We're all kind of like watching and we have the ability to pause, but I don't feel like that's the point in this channel. I don't think people are coming on here for like deep analysis into that joke. I honestly think if we sat there and paused that and spoke too much about it, everyone would be like, okay, like I watched the TikTok too, I get it. It doesn't really like require much in-depth analysis. That is very relatable, especially for me.
That is very relatable.
Okay, so they did have reactions to the first video. Just that was very relatable, right, Stewie? Ryan, look out! No. That's it. That's all they had to say. Relatable.
I mean, it's not exactly like a complex social topic. Like, there's not like incredibly intelligent, deep undertones to it that like require philosophizing over. It's just a funny TikTok. And I do partly like get where he's coming from. Like, I do a lot of stuff on my channel now, even on like Arthur Frederick, which essentially is like ArthurTV Reacts, where like when we'll watch something like My Strange Addictions or Love Don't Judge, and there's like complex topics of like societal norms, like relationships, expectations, like how you should treat strangers, how you should treat people who are different, whether it's our place to judge people on the internet, even if they have signed up to this show to be broadcast nationally. But I think those types of shows and clips like require it. That I just don't think it does.
How guests act when they see food coming. What will those crazy side boys say?
I don't like appearing on other people's channels because I can't add the voice deepener.
Yeah, you don't know about that, Vic, where someone's like, you're at someone else's house and they're carrying around food, so you're like,
wait, what? they're still talking about the previous TikTok, right? About editing their voice. And then this guy's like, wait, whoa. You never felt this way when someone carries a tray of food? Wait, what? I don't know if this is an editing mistake, but something's going on where like they're still talking about the previous TikTok. Because they don't like, hey, maybe pause the video, maybe pause and then like have your commentary.
Honestly, that was completely my bad. That is not the guy's fault because like we all have the ability to pause it, but I don't want after the first clip to be like, this isn't really my channel. I'm a guest on this channel. I don't know if I've even said that, by the way. I'm obviously not one of the Sidemen. I'm just friends with them. So they were like, oh, we've got this shoot day where we're going to record a bunch of videos. Do you want to come along? And I was like, yeah, we have a similar audience that probably overlaps a little bit. So it makes sense. But I digress. Because I'm a guest here, I don't want to, after the first clip, to instantly pause and be like, hey guys, it's my time to just start yapping. I was a little bit shy early on. I was like, I've got something to say, but I don't want to ruin the flow of the video. So yeah, he's right. I should have paused it.
But then this guy's like, yeah, man, don't you always hate when they're bringing your food over? Like, no one's talking about that yet. What do we call that?
Also, I would agree so much more with this if this was like their main channel stuff. Because you'd be like, oh, you know, like if this is all you're doing one of these videos a week, put more effort into it. But I feel like this channel, like obviously is supposed to be quite a chill, like watch a few funny TikToks and almost like react in real time like you would if you were watching it with mates. Like so much time and effort obviously goes into the Sidemen Sunday every single week. They can't also put out reacts videos that are like edited and timed perfectly and flow perfectly because it's just not what the goal is. So it's valid constructive criticism, but I think he's missing the point of the channel a bit.
Like you're at someone else's house and they're carrying around food, so you're like, oh.
I'm trying to act like you weren't sniping the tray as soon as it.
Yeah, you ain't just, you ain't clocking it. Like, come on, bring that here.
Sometimes when there's canapes going around it.
Yeah, you ain't relatable. Did that with canapes. That was so unrelatable.
Or the other way around when you're
that's another weird, like, well, actually, I don't know. Is that a weird flex? What are canapes? Like, I'm not
at your friend's house and there's no food out and they just go, Mom, they said they're hungry, they want some food, and you're just there like, oh shit.
Jesus.
Oh, he really didn't like that joke, did he?
It's not great, is it?
Okay, well, I mean, we've now seen a clip where we've spoken about it, and then I've made like a completely kind of like tangential point. It's like not what the clip was. I'm just making another kind of like, oh, relatable, like this kind of scenario, this kind of like funny when you're in this awkward situation, which is what like this guy's talking about this entire time. He's like, oh, give more commentary than laughing. And then we give more commentary than laughing and then give even more commentary than that. And it's not funny enough. And it's like, come on, man, like give us a bit of a break.
Let me look up canape. Like, oh my goodness gracious. Look at this. Look how fancy this is. Small, decorative, savory appetizer, typically eaten in one bite. Yeah. These guys are palling around with the upper elite, I would have to say. You know what? I'm going to give you cringe commentary because they're like, oh, this is like when I'm at the party and they're serving canapes. I'm trying. Wait, that's so much funnier. We get it.
That is funny. It's a funny joke. I feel like as well, like maybe the sense of humor is just completely different. I mean, I can't really imagine this guy coming along to like a Sidemen shoot and having a very similar sense of humor. So fair enough if the sense of humor isn't for him, but I don't think that makes it an objectively bad channel, you know? A lot of this stuff feels kind of like he's either missing the point or he just subjectively doesn't like it, which is fair. But when he's got this like overarching point that he's going to make, I don't know how much he's supporting it with evidence here.
So okay, here's what I predict. So this is, yeah, this is totally relatable. This is so true. This is me whenever I traveled to a very rich place. No. They're going to be like, this isn't relatable because I take private jets. I don't know what this whole TSA thing's about. We don't fly poor. They're going to say like, this is so true, bestie. They always be rushing you at TSA. Maybe they say less. Maybe they say so relatable.
We don't call it TSA, so.
I don't know.
Wrong prediction.
Oh, no.
I do hate this.
You got to speed run that.
I hate people that take ages though.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's so much worse than I thought.
Is there much more to say? What is this guy's problem?
That was so much worse than my prediction. They're like, oh, I hate this. I also hate when they're slow. Am I the only person that thinks that's funny?
No, that's kind of the point. As well, like, I would love for him to say, like, oh, I think they should have analysed this or should have made this commentary. Like, we watched the TikTok, made a few valid comments, made another similar observation and moved on. Is it that bad?
Maybe there comes a day when those Sidemen boys, like, watch this stream and they see me like cackling and laughing like a fucking goblin and they're like, what's so funny about that? I'll feel a little like self-conscious and insane. I don't know. Am I the only person that finds that very funny that they just said nothing?
Yeah, because if he's gonna say like, oh, they said nothing, If he was like, oh, there's this really obvious thing that you should have said, or like you really should have discussed this point, or like there was this really profound, like, but he's just going like, oh, they didn't really add much. And then he doesn't really add much himself. Like, realistically, is what he just did then reacting to us any different? He's just going, ha, they didn't really add much. And that's it. He laughed and didn't add much. And some people find watching him do this entertaining, and some people find watching us watch TikToks and do that entertaining. I kind of wish this was a conversation, like, or even a live stream where I could be typing in chat and just be like, what do you think about this, you know?
Next TikTok.
I don't know the password. What's your password?
You asked me the password.
My mum forgets expects me to know all her passwords, to be fair.
Dad, how's he gonna know? How is he gonna know your app?
You should have known it. He's my son.
Say something, guys. Come on.
I don't know my parents' passwords.
Say something, fellas.
I just think this dumb parent logic of getting in trouble for things that just make no sense.
Fucking hell. That was better
Okay,
than
I did not make that point clearly. Oh, for goodness sakes. This really doesn't help. Like, I feel like if it was all the Sidemen, like this is the first time I filmed with Simon for Sidemen Reacts as well. Like, I was definitely a little nervous. I think the point that I was trying to make is like, sometimes like your parents do have that kind of logic where like it's your fault and they don't really need like an actual reason. So like, you know, it's a little bit relatable. Maybe I could have got into that a little bit better, or at least made the original point a little bit clearer. I didn't even make it that clear then, but I tried my best.
The cuts get me every time. They're so abrupt. It literally is next TikTok in essence. You know what I mean? It's like, hurry up. Like, stop discussion.
It's because we're watching like one long video as like a compilation. We're not going like TikTok and like scrolling to the next one and like choosing to not say anything. It's kind of like this, like the next TikTok just like starts playing. Like you don't even know when the first one's going to end. So sometimes the next TikTok starts and you're like, oh, I haven't really had time to like think about this, or like, do I make my joke, or has it started? Do I need to be paying attention? I'm going to be speaking over. And it just kind of flows. But again, like that is the point. No one is sitting here going like, oh, this is really weak. Like I wanted some interesting social commentary on this particular topic. Like no one wants that. They're just here to watch a couple of funny TikToks with people that they recognize and have spent time with on other videos before. Just have a good light-hearted little chuckle about it, you know?
You have to earn your bingo. I'm getting a little picky now. Talking over for sure. Are they talking over?
I don't know my parents' passwords.
Absolutely talking over. I'll give you that because it's a bit of a rare one. We don't always have talking over. I'm going to give you talking over.
I mean, you can't bloody win with this guy. Like, you're not saying anything, you're in trouble. And if you speak over them, you're in trouble. The point of the video is like kind of obvious, right? Like the TikTok was playing out and it was like the dad was annoyed at the son because the dad forgot the password and he was blaming the son. You didn't necessarily need to listen to every single word they were saying to like get the point. We weren't talking over anything important and we were making valid commentary. So you can't win.
We have a brand new TikTok. Still no credit on screen. That's fine. I mean, it's not fine, but you know, it's just Sidemen, you know? They're just having a good old time here.
He's learning. Oh, shit.
Because you look like him. You look like him.
I kind of think they forgot to react there. I'm going to give you two. Only reacts with a laugh and also forgot to react because there's nothing.
I mean, if we genuinely, like, if we just sat there and started speaking about the political and economic state of the world right now, you know, maybe we could have an interesting discussion about addiction or the problem of homelessness or the way people interact with people with mental health issues or disabilities. It would be valid, and like Simon and Vic are like, they're intelligent guys, like they're socially switched on. They could have that conversation, but it's not what people are there to see. When they're just like a small clip of like something lightly relatable, after the fifth one, if we did that every time, people are like, bloody hell, like shut up, I just want to see the bloody TikToks. Which, by the way, is a problem I've spoken about before. Like I did that like Karen's video with Batch, and me and Batch like speak a lot. Like we've spoken about this on our podcast where like we happily do like 10-15 seconds of clips, pause it, and we'll speak for like a minute. Like we love to yap, and that's what our channel's all about. And unlike the Sidemen, like we put all our time and energy into that. Like that's what we find interesting, and that's the main kind of content we create. So we do put a lot more time and effort into the commentary. But if you come to a channel like mine or Batch's, I feel like you know what you're getting. Like you're coming there because you know that you're going to get a small amount of clip, and then you're going to get a bunch of waffle after. Even my old channel, like the reason I started doing the Arthur Frederick channel is because I used to spend like days analyzing relationships on things like 90 Day Fiance, Come Dine With Me, like that Come Dine With Me video that's got like 1 million views. Like I spent weeks watching that episode, like cutting it up into like tiny little segments, like 5-10 seconds, and like writing, not only like being able to like skip the boring bits, being like this happened, but like really analyzing in detail and writing it in a way that I thought was like enjoyable and articulate and like interesting to listen to and like deep, and like explored what they might have been feeling. And like the purpose of those videos was to like deeply analyze people and relationships and reality TV, and that's what people came for. And I realized that rather than spending like a week scripting a video and like really like thinking about it and breaking these things down, some people enjoy just as much watching people react to things the first time, because you get a completely different kind of content. Okay, fine, it doesn't go as deep, but maybe you get a natural laugh or a natural reaction. Or like I said, you can do it with friends and see the reaction between them. And the content on this channel, the Arthur Frederick channel, gets just as much views as that does. And I think Jack has this idea that like maybe my other channel is objectively better because I spend more time on it, or it goes deeper and all that kind of stuff. But it just is subjective. Like there are people that will enjoy watching this way more than that. They'll watch some of my videos and just be like, this guy does not stop yapping. I don't really care. Like I'm happy to have a little laugh or a little comment from time to time, but I just, you know, I want a completely different proportion of commentary to content. And at the same time, there could be loads of people that watch my other channel and watch these types of channels that watch this and go, oh, I kind of want them to go a little bit deeper on this and expand on it a little bit more. I definitely agree with Jack that like it's important to credit the creators, and like, you know, a large part of the reason this video is so funny is because a lot of different creators have put in a lot of work making these funny videos, and they're not really getting that much from it. But this whole idea of like one style of reaction is objectively better than another, especially in a free market platform like YouTube, where people can go, oh, I don't like this, I'm going to go watch something that has more analysis, or the other way around. And this still gets loads of views and loads of likes. Like evidently people like it. It's not for Jack, that's fine, but I just don't see the need for shitting on this one specific style of commentary.
That one really got me.
They shutting down Dollar Tree.
It's so bad, but I know it was hella relatable for the Sidemen, because look at the caption. When you bring your parents to a fancy restaurant, they don't know how to act. You know that all these guys are like, oh, bro, that's so me. I'm always taking my parents to these 7-star restaurants, and it's so embarrassing, because I'm telling them like, oh, don't put that in your mouth.
And it just, this video would hit so much harder if Jack's commentary had a greater depth of analysis to it itself. But at the moment, he is kind of just doing the exact same thing, like laughing, pointing out the same point that he's already made, and referencing a joke Simon made at the start of the video. But maybe he does go into it a bit deeper towards the end of the video. But that's giving him the benefit of the doubt that he's not giving us.
They shutting down Dollar Tree. They shutting down Dollar Tree. They is. I'm telling you, they is. For real, they is.
I ain't relating to many of these, I'll be honest.
Please, please, please re-listen to what this guy says. I want us all to get on the same wavelength, okay?
I ain't relating to many of these, I'll be honest.
I ain't relating to many of these, if I'm being honest. Why would he have to worry about, you know, sharing Netflix passwords and Dollar Trees? When's the last time he's been to a fucking Dollar Tree? Why can't he relate to these? The whole point I'm trying to make is I think that's a weird flex. For him to watch that and be like, be honest, I can't really relate to that. I can't relate to a lot of these. I've never had to worry about Dollar Tree or sharing a Netflix password.
The Dollar Tree stuff's kind of weird, because that's evidently just the sound. Like that's just the sound for the trend, for people to be like, oh damn, like no, this has happened. I feel like it's almost like he doesn't really understand TikTok trends. Simon's comments got nothing to do with Dollar Tree. He's just saying that he doesn't relate to a lot of them. That one, I mean, obviously, like, he's one of the Sidemen. He has been for like 10 years now. Obviously, he doesn't share a Netflix account with anyone. Is that not just like standard self-awareness to be like, oh, I'm watching a compilation of stuff that's supposed to be relatable, and I can't really comment because I don't really find this relatable? Maybe I guess it's just because I know Simon a little bit better than Jack does, evidently. And like, he's so obviously, to me, not saying that to impress anyone or flex on them. It's just what's going to be going through his head, and pretty much everyone watching.
That's their whole bit. Their whole bit for that TikTok was, I can't really relate to this, which which is also nothing. So I'm going to give you a few more spaces too. No credit on screen again.
Oh, go on, just say something like, oh, you should have said this. You should, like, what more does he want? It's so frustrating.
If you're going to upload a video titled TikToks people can relate to, and then literally say out loud while you're reacting to them, I don't really relate to a lot of these, then it doesn't really match the title, does it?
They are TikToks that people can relate to. These are TikToks and people can relate to them. That point would only make sense if the title was, we related to a bunch of TikToks, which it wasn't.
I think the demo are like, you know, guys aged like 12 years old. And they just want to like they want to feel like one of the boys, one of the side. They look up to the Sidemen, so they want to watch some fun, weird, whatever TikToks with their favorite Sidemen.
He's kind of getting it right, like, and he keeps going for this angle of like only kids watch them, which I think is meant to be a bit of a put down. I feel like some content creators use the whole like, oh, your content is kids content as a way of disrespecting it, but I could be wrong. Maybe he's not doing that, but he is getting the point. Like, it is just a place for like people to come chill, watch a few TikToks. Like, if I could just imagine myself not being in this video and being at home, I'd be like, oh, this TikTok is relatable, so I'm enjoying that. The boys are laughing, so I feel like I'm not just alone watching TikTok, which is nice. And Simon's saying exactly what I'm thinking. Like, I'd be sitting there going, Simon, you don't be laughing at this. You can't relate to this. There's no way you're sharing your Netflix account with Vic. And that's it. It doesn't need to go any deeper. I'm eating my bowl of cereal and I'm enjoying it. I'm having a laugh. And if I want some serious high quality content, I just go on their main channel and watch a Simon Sunday, especially one with me in it, because they're always the best.
Wait, that's a breakthrough comment from the Twitch chat. Is the whole genre of bad reactors, is that just mukbang? Is that why it works?
Has he done all of these videos on all of these like lazy reaction content people and only just figured that out? Is that not the most obvious thing ever? Like, he's a content creator with more subs than I'll ever see in my lifetime, probably like 10 times. So I'm surprised that he's looking at this and like months into the battle against this kind of content is going like, wait, do people actually not care that every single video is like super high quality and in-depth and profound? Do people just enjoy some of the boys chilling and watching a few funny TikToks, and there doesn't need to be more to it than that?
Because you're watching it with your favorite buds. Is reaction content mukbang? You might be onto something. That's one of the most profound things someone's ever said in the Twitch chat.
And like him saying that that's profound. Like, this is like, I wouldn't even consider that profound enough to be something you'd necessarily even say out loud.
I'm going to predict what the TikTok is first, and then I'll predict their reaction. Point of view, me and my sibling using our sibling humor, but our mom don't understand it and get mad. Okay, so something about like inside jokes, right? And we'll hear a mom be like, what are you talking about? And then these three gentle sirs will be like, oi, oi, bruv, that's so me coded, innit? Me and my bruv, we always on about our own thing. My mum hated it. Used to drive me mum mad bonkers. Let's actually play the game. That's my prediction, right?
Me, brother. You got your rapist, homo thug, blackballs over there. What the hell are you talking about?
Oh, nothing! Fucking nothing!
That's old Jack Joseph.
They forgot to react! Again! Hold on, I have a new sound button for you. Hold on, real quick.
You can't keep getting away with it!
That's how I feel watching Sidemen.
Okay, so he kind of leaves the video there and there's no real like analysis or conclusion to it. But I think it's really interesting that he had that epiphany towards the end where he just kind of seemed to realize for the first time, which blows my mind, that yeah, the purpose of that content is just to chill and watch some lighthearted clips with some people you like. I will say again, like, I definitely agree with the whole like giving the content creators credit. I think people should try and do that as much as possible. But yeah, I think he just kind of got it towards the end of the video. A few of the top comments are quite nice as well, by the way. The fact that Arthur seems to be doing most of the reacting when he's not even part of the Sidemen is kind of insane. What I think is funny is that Arthur, the guy on the bottom left, is a guest on the channel. He's not a member of the Sidemen. I feel like he's doing most of the commentary out of the three of them as well. From the looks of it, his channel link isn't even in the description. Someone else clocked that too. But yeah, I think because of the kind of content I make where I kind of do spend a lot more time analysing and breaking down and commenting, it kind of like comes a bit more naturally to me to like want to speak a little bit more. Arthur's actually one of my favourite reaction YouTubers since he usually has a pretty good commentary and most often reacts to TV shows on his own channel. So his channel isn't a TikTok regurgitation channel. I feel bad for Arthur because he isn't even in the Sidemen and he actually has good reaction content and analysis on a lot of shows and things. He puts so much into them on his own channel. That's actually really nice. I was not expecting to see people sticking up for me in the comments of this video. So if that was any of you guys, thank you very much. That's very kind of you. I don't know, part of me does get it somewhat, like, having spent so much time and putting so much effort into like wanting my analysis and commentary to be like high quality and in-depth on my channel, I can understand why you look at some creators sitting there giggling, not really saying much, just using other people's content to farm views. A little bit frustrating. But I feel like given the Sidemen add so much quality to YouTube, they kind of get a bit more of a pass to me for having a channel where they go like, this isn't going to be crazy high effort or crazy in-depth analysis. Just come along, watch a few funny TikToks with me and a few of the boys, and it'll be good fun. Let me know what you guys think, because like, if you're watching this, you'd probably like my content. Maybe this is the first video of mine you've seen and you're like, oh, I like this level of analysis and commentary, so subscribe. Or maybe you like Sidemen Reacts stuff and find my yapping for the last however long this video's gone on for way too boring. In which case, I'll do you a favor and end it. So yeah, let me know what you think. Make sure you're subscribed, and thanks for watching. Bye.